And a good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Issues and Attitudes. My name is Jeff Owens, Director at WEIU. My co-host today is Rob Calhoun. Rob, welcome.
Well, thank you, Jeff, for having me.
Kate is out today. Our topic today is going to be basketball, EIU basketball. We have the new women's basketball coach here, Marqus McGlothan. Welcome, Marcus.
Thanks for having me.
And Marty Simmons, it's the third or fourth year you've been in here. Good to see you, Coach.
Thank you. Good to be here.
So I think we'll start off with Marcus, since you're brand new to the university and kind of get your feet wet here. So why don't you just tell us a little bit about yourself and so far as we prepare for the season, what your thoughts are as we head into the first season here for under the Marqus McGlothan era.
Well, I'm from Milwaukee. Played AAU a lot. My dad was big on coaching. Got an opportunity to go to Michigan State. Was a manager there for 2 years. Ended up graduating from St. Cloud State in Minnesota. Lived there, started my own training program, which got me connected to Coach. I was working out Lariah, Washington a lot, and that's what got me the opportunity to be an assistant coach here. Then just work my way up, and now I'm here as a head coach.
So what do you think of Charleston so far in EIU?
I like it, man. I like the people here. People are good people. Anything that I ask for, things have been going well. So my son loves school, so we all good here.
That's cool. And Marty, you've been here for a few years now. How's the EIU men's team progressing as you're only a week away?
I think we're getting better. It seems like every year we've kind of taken a jump, and we sure hope that we'll do that again this year. Got more returning guys that have experience back, and I think our new guys bring a blend of different talents and abilities, and culture is better. Guys are in the gym a lot more, and I just think, everybody's excited about the start of the season.
Cool.
What are your expectations for this season for both coaches?
Well, I think maybe for the first time, we'll see. But I think we have a chance to compete for a championship. We need everything to kind of go our way. Our margin for error is probably not what some of the other teams in the league have, but there's a lot of parity in the league. I think Little Rock, year in and year out, with the resources that they possess, and but there's been some coaching changes, and I think if our guys are committed to the things that we're teaching, and we stay healthy, that always helps. Then I think we have a chance to compete.
Marcus?
I feel like we should win it. As long as we stay healthy. We brought back Player of the Year. We got some key transfers. Our team is good. Culture is good. And so for us, the expectation is a championship.
I like that confidence. The preseason, before we get into like some of the OVC and stuff, your preseason schedules, neither of you decided to go easy this year, did you? So they're just loaded with some big school names. I don't know how good they are. Rob knows more about the women's stuff than I do, but can you just talk about your scheduling and the idea to go to some of the places that you're going? And we'll let Coach Simmons go first.
Yeah, I think, through the recruiting process, we've been able to talk to players and trying to find our own little niche here. Winning obviously is going to help when we turn that page. But until then, like finding other things that kind of excite players. And I think playing at Illinois, playing at Indiana, playing in Hinkle Fieldhouse up in Indianapolis. Last year we went to Kansas. I think this gets their attention. And I think young men enjoy that challenge of having that opportunity. We've seen it before. We went up to Iowa and got that win and played to the last 5 minutes at Kansas last year. When you do that, it's really beneficial for the team and the program, because guys get confidence, the buy-in for a lot of the things that you're really trying to sell to these guys to be successful. It takes a jump, and but if you're getting beat by 30, 40, that's probably not great, because then get some pouting and so on and so forth you got to deal with. But I think we're excited about, the non-conference schedule. I'd like to play 13 games at home if they'd let me, but I think we'll grow and learn, and it'll help prepare us for what we're getting ready to play against in the league.
Yeah, for us, you only get one bid that goes to the tournament. And so our big thing is challenging ourselves. And so yeah, we got the opportunity to play against a lot of good teams, but we feel like we are good as well. We got two teams that are right now preseason top 15 in the country, so we'll get to see what we do. It'll be good for Macy to go against some potential All-American bigs as well.
Was the schedule pretty much set in stone when you took over, Marqus, or did you add some wrinkles to it?
I added a couple, so it was pretty much set, but there were a couple of games that I added that I could have chose a different route, but that's just not my personality.
Well, I mean, you think about with Coach Simmons' team knocking off Iowa and really had a chance at Kansas. Everybody in the world was following that one that day. It happens all the time. You saw yesterday in the NFL there was major upsets. So in every sport, everybody can be beat. Good teams can get beat bad. I mean, I'm sure the coach up in Champaign is going to have a great practice tonight because of that what happened yesterday. So I love the challenge factor that both the schedules bid. It also helps that it also produces money for your program, so you can do more for your recruits, because really that's what it comes down to is money and then the recruiting process. Correct?
Absolutely. No doubt about it. It does bring in a lot of money. I think also just getting EIU out there. We're going to be playing on the Big Ten Network. You may be on Fox Sports with the Butler. I think any time that you can promote not just the athletic program, the basketball programs, but our entire university is a real asset, and we look forward to doing that.
Anything you want to add, Marqus?
Yeah, we just get a chance to prove ourselves. So obviously there's a financial component to it, but at the same time, it's about proving ourselves and, like Coach was saying, just as a university. And so our volleyball teams made the tournament, our baseball teams made the tournament, softball teams made the tournament, cross country has done phenomenal. Football is stepping up. They play against top teams, and it's just on us to continue to grow that image in EIU.
Cool.
Every year you seem to be having different players, especially with the transfer portal. What does it take to build team chemistry? And I know that starts in the summer.
I think it just starts with a lot of the things that you do off the court too. And so one, just recruiting the right players, although you're bringing in people from transfer portal and from different schools. But at the end of the day, it's about recruiting people that have good family dynamic. They're good young men, good young women, and that makes everything kind of flow together once you bring all these pieces together, especially that come from different parts of the world.
Yeah, I agree with Marqus. It all starts with the recruiting process, getting players that have the same ideals that we have as a coaching staff. Like, we want guys that want to be coached, want to be pushed, care more about the guys sitting next to them than they do of themselves. And again, I think each year that's gotten better. Again, I think having a nucleus of returning guys that understand that and want to promote that culture, having players here in the summer, no doubt, helps. Again, like Marqus said, your ability to not only spend time on the court, coaching, they're around each other, playing pickup, whatever it may be, but then the quality time that they're able to spend off the floor, whether it's at the bowling alley, the golf course, movie theaters, or just sitting in their apartment watching games. They're getting to know each other, because we all know when you get into league play and you get down the stretch here, that closeness, that bond that you develop is going to mean all the world when games are on the line.
Marqus, do you mind if we ask you, like, when you're going into a recruit's, living room and you're meeting mom and dad and maybe the brothers and sisters, and can you tell us, kind of what your style is and how you, when you sit down, and what do you ask the parents and the kid when they're in that family room?
For me, I'm just going to be myself. And so big thing that I tell people is I'm not here to sell you. I'm here to tell you what we do. This is how we do it, and it's up to you to decide if that's the right fit for you. And so what I'm looking for, I'm just looking for players that come from, that just got good family, good dynamics, good their personality traits, just who they are as a human being. Those are the things that's going to matter the most. And so for me, I'm just myself. Either you're going to like it or you're not, and I'm fine with it. Either way.
Now, how do you know then? If you left there and you're on your way home, you're like, that she's a winner. I want her. How long does the process take where you have that good feeling about it?
It takes a little bit. I mean, for you watch people play. Obviously, for us, if we recruiting you, we think you're talented enough. So then it goes down to, are they really being themselves, or are they giving us a interview pitch until we really get to know them? And so you got to go through that part, do your research. We talk to anybody that we know associated with them, whether it's high school coaches, AAU coaches, teachers. I've even talked to a player's track coach and guidance counselor before.
And you, Coach Simmons, I know you've talked about this in the past, but I mean, I hate the word tricks of the trade because we all kind of use that terminology.
Yeah.
But you've been around a little bit. When you were in that living room, what are you saying?
I think the best thing, just opportunity. I think at Eastern, especially on the men's side, like we're growing, and guys are going to have maybe a lot more opportunity here than maybe somewhere else that's been more established, and that's number one. And then just the community, the university. I mean, I'm a believer. I'm here every day and around campus. We're blessed to have a president that supports us in the way that he does. Tom is the best I've ever been around, and the culture of the entire university is outstanding. We go speak, talk to alumni groups and families, and the one common theme is everybody that's been to Eastern and went to school here has had an unbelievable experience, and I think it still holds very, very true. And then again, the things that we've talked about before is the non-conference schedule, the league that we play in. We're going to make you better. No matter how good you are, and you've got to be pretty good, we're going to teach you, we're going to coach you, you're going to learn, you're going to get better. And all the goals and aspirations that you have as a young man, whether it be in playing professionally or getting that job out there that you really want, we're here to help you achieve all those things.
Okay.
You talked about recruiting and about coming from good families. I'm sure you're also looking at the type of family that they are, how they conduct themselves during games, and also academics, and just what kind of a teammate they are too, I'm sure.
Yeah, without a question. I mean, when we go watch people play, I'm watching you on the court and off the court. And so I want to see how you interact with your teammates. Are you talking on the bench? Are you interacting with the crowd, or are you listening to the coach? All those things correlate for sure.
Yeah, I agree with Marcus. A lot of times, we're watching how they're being coached, how they accept coaching. They make a mistake and the coach is correcting them. You know what I mean? Are they rolling their eyes? Are they locked in? I mean, little things like that. And like Marcus said, on the bench, are they over there pouting? Are they getting up and encouraging the guys that are out there on the floor? We watch, a lot of those things. And again, like I think Marcus said it earlier, I mean, our guys do a good job of researching it. That way, when we go out and watch, or we bring them to campus, or we're in their home, we've got a head start. We kind of know what we're looking for, and eye contact. That's something. I guess I'm old school. Coach Knight, Coach Cruz, like that was number one on the list. Like when you're talking to somebody, are they looking at you? Are they paying attention? Just little things like that, I think go a long way.
Team leaders now. We know you have the Macy McGlothan coming back. Who besides her, has anybody stepped up so far that you think is the women's team leader? And then same for the men here in a second.
For us, for our captains is Macy McGlothan and Ellie Colson. Outside of that, the transfer that we brought in, Kennedy Davis, she's been I can argue she's been one of our most impactful players, and she hasn't even played. She's been out with a torn Achilles. Okay. But she's real good. We can tell when she's not at practice, her energy she just brings good energy to the team, and all those things are needed.
Yeah, ours is a little different. Like I'd say it's kind of a group deal, to be honest. I think RT Stapleton is a new player, has been out quite a bit with injury. Really smart, really intelligent, knows how to play, really vocal. I think as he becomes more ingrained, he has the opportunity. I think Corey Sawyer, who's out right now, kind of the same. Understands. He's been here a year, knows what to expect. He's been vocal while he's been out, doing a good job. And then you have guys like Cooper and Shelton who've played, major minutes and maybe not as quite as vocal as your coach would like them to be, but set a good example. They don't miss practice. They come to practice every day. They got a good attitude. Probably lead a little bit more by example.
Okay. Rob?
Could you tell us a little bit about your assistant coaches? I know that Marqus had to bring in a whole new staff this year, and Coach Simmons, maybe one new coach?
2, counting Carlos. Yep.
Okay.
You want me to go first? All right. So the guys that are returning, Rich McBride, I think everybody knows Rich from Springfield, Illinois, played up at Illinois. He's done a great job. I mean, just has a super personality, good knowledge of the game, really connects with our guys, really competitive. Like he understands what it takes to win and lose, but I think our players really look up to Rich. Kylan Butler, another terrific guy. I think I said this last year, like Tony Dungy. Like he's a faithful guy, real positive, really good teacher. I think our players really gravitate to him because he's got such a good personality. Guys are in the gym with him all the time. Bob Lockhart, like he's the basketball encyclopedia and the mayor of Charleston and Mattoon, to be honest with you. Like he knows everybody, but just got a terrific heart, terrific work ethic, great knowledge. Again, our players, they gravitate to him because he's such a good guy. The new coaches, Nate Michael, Tom's son, love him. Like he's hit the ground running. He's like the Energizer Bunny. Like you can't give him enough. Like the guy loves the game, loves coaching young people. First one in the office, last one to leave. Just really excited about Nate and what he brings to our program. And then Carlos Cortez, who was a manager here all 3 years I've been here. Now he was promoted to graduate assistant. Another guy, just great attitude, real personable, hard worker, first in, last out, really wants to do the things that it takes to help our program move forward. So we're excited about all of our guys.
Marqus, your assistants?
Right away, we stole one from coach over here. She was an intern, Claire, and so we wouldn't be where we are right now if it wasn't for her. She's our graduate assistant / Dobo / whatever other hat I need her to fill. Just great person, great personality, and just super organized. Helps us take care of the things that we need to take care of. In addition to that, we have Destiny Bregman. She's from Albuquerque. She came from junior college, New Mexico Highlands. Works with our post specifically in the gym, in the office. There's been some times I had to tell her to just go home, take a nap. If you're taking an energy drink at 7 in the morning, that's not a good sign. So she's been great. Betsy McDonald, I used to train her. She's played overseas, really good players coach, good with her skill development. Another one constantly in the office, and Caitlin Peterson, another player who I coached while she was at St. Cloud State. Real good just basketball mind. And so she has a good IQ, understands things quickly, and was just good. Like they get along with the players, whether they want to dance and do all these TikTok things that I'm not going to do with them. But they're also all in the gym together. And so it's a pleasure to have them.
Sounds like you guys are having fun over there right now. Is this year a year when there are new rules or not a lot of new rules introduced? Because it seems like basketball, for some reason, just can't agree on stuff. So is it a non-rule change this year, or are there 2 new rules in basketball?
I really think for the men's side that this is one of the non-rule. I asked the officials, did our scrimmage the other day, and like they said, really anything that matters was kind of their quote. I'm sure there are. I actually am going to watch that rules video after we do this show. But I don't think there's any major rule changes in men's basketball.
Yeah, for us, not a real big rule changes, just more on things that they're emphasizing. And so, yeah, just little things like, if someone's boxing you out and you hold their arm, they're trying to watch that so you don't get away with it. But all in all, it's still the same.
When we do this show every year to preview EIU men's and women's basketball, I just assume that you guys, you might spend some time together, but I mean, you're with your own teams. How often do you just go in there to his office or you to his and vent or argue or talk hoops, or does that happen very often? I love the dynamics that we don't know about in the real world.
Yeah, I'll say we talk pretty often. I know, Marty's a veteran, and so before I even hired my staff, he was one of the people that I talked to. He gave me his advice on how to go about doing it the right way, and thanks to him, I've hired the right people. And so, but we talk basketball and just other things in general.
Oh, that's great, Marty.
Yeah, I love Marqus. I met him when he first got here and hit it off right from the get-go. I mean, he's passionate about the game of basketball. He's passionate about teaching his young ladies how to play. Got tons of respect for their program. Like, their culture is on spot. Like, we want to be like them. You see their young ladies in the hallway or anywhere, like they're looking in an eye and they're talking, they're speaking. So I'm blessed in that, sense to be able to share an office, with Marqus and his staff and his entire program.
That's cool.
I know that both of you are big proponents about valuing the basketball. I know that Marty's team is among the league leaders in fewest turnovers each year, and Marqus, I know that's something that you aspire to.
No, that's correct. I mean, you can't win games if you don't get enough shots up because you turn the ball over. And so, just working on that, I actually one of the times I was in his office, we were talking about turnover things and some strategies that we're trying to use in practice and stuff like that.
Yeah. Could you remind our team that, Rob, what you said about, because last year that's what really gave us a chance. Like, you go through all the stats, we stole the ball quite a bit, but not beating yourself, being able to play an aggressive attack style of basketball, but yet playing on balance, playing off 2 feet, seeing the defenders outside hands, not getting sped up, having a mental and physical toughness that you're not going to do it. And we're work in progress with it right now. Like, we've gotten better, but we and last year, if you'd have said that about our team at the beginning, I never would have believed it. It just kind of transpired as the season went along. Tiger had a lot to do with that, but I do think that it's number one. Marqus said it. Like, you're not getting the attempts if you're turning it over, and the majority of the time, if you're turning it over, they're probably laying it up or getting an open three on the other end. So there's just a lot of things, and you'll have to be a chemist to figure that one out. You got to take care of the basketball.
At what point in preparation to your first game do you kind of have your starting five kind of in mind? Is it there yet, or are we going to wait? Will it be a little longer for you, and you get a little extra time?
Well, I'd say for us, we're getting there. We've had a lot of injuries here in the preseason. We just haven't we played. I don't think we've had what I would maybe anticipate our starting lineup to be. Hasn't been there yet. Like they played together some over the weekend here, but so it's been. I know that's a lot of mumbo jumbo. It's kind of been a work in progress. We've had it. What we thought, what we anticipated. One day of practice, and then somebody comes up with an injury, and so hopefully, this week we'll get a better grip on that.
Yeah, we know who our starters are. We know our starting five. We know, and the players know. They know who the starting five is. They know who our top 9 are right now, and so I'm pretty open and honest about that. I think. We just told them last week, actually, where everybody is. And so, now it's up to them to keep those spots.
And the ones who are not in the top 9 to get into the top 9, right?
Exactly. And so, but this team is pretty deep. And so, as Coach was saying, I mean, things change. And so in the summer, I had my ideal who I thought was going to start, and somebody else stepped up and came in, and now we got a different starting lineup, and so we'll see how long this group lasts.
Rob?
Defensive philosophies. I know that Coach Ballant liked to play the buzz. Are you going to try that this year? And Marty, what are you thinking about with your defense this year?
I'm not smart enough to run Coach's Buzz offense. Buzz defense. That's not. That was his thing. He did a great job at it. For me, I'm more man. That's just our principles.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, no, we're like Marqus. Like ours is man. We're going to extend the pressure to full court. Mostly man. Just make sure they feel us, know we're there. Again, that was a big deal for any success we had last year. We created offense from our defense, so being able to disrupt and apply some pressure and good hand activity, knocking balls loose, I think that'll be a big key for us is again, our ability to create offense from our defense.
As you all both sit back and think about the last 10 years of college basketball and even pro basketball with Curry, the three-point shot has just really changed the game as we kind of grew up with it. What are your thoughts on it now? I mean, you obviously you have to recruit and practice it, but just your thoughts on how the three-point shot has changed college basketball.
Well, there's no doubt it's changed it. You just don't have
Marcus's wry smile is killing me right now.
you don't have a lot of your traditional post guys. Dickinson at Kansas, like he's whatever he is, 7'2", but he still has the ability to step out and shoot the three.
Year, yeah.
And my experience with men post players like that, once they get outside that three, you have a hard time getting them back in the paint. So, but it's certainly changed it. Not only that, and we just met on it this morning. Like we'd like to take more threes, and a lot of times the best three you can get is when you're touching the paint, and we got to continue to teach that and get our guys to understand that. But, if you look at and they got stats all over the place, your man, Mr. Hollander's give me a plenty this morning, but, getting downhill, getting in the paint, and then the ability to kick it back out, I think we can get some high percentage threes.
We got just a little bit of time left. Marcus, anything on the three?
Yeah, no, it's changed the game, but it's just about making sure, like Coach was saying, just the high percentage threes. You don't want to, for me specifically, I don't want to just running down the court jacking up threes. And so you can still shoot a good percentage, but just being smart with your shot selection.
Okay. We're about out of time. Appreciate you both coming in today. Real quickly, a couple rapid-fire fun questions. Favorite NBA team to follow?
Dallas Mavericks.
Lakers.
WNBA team to follow? Because they're a thing now,
Fever. Indiana Fever.
Aces.
There you go. Well, appreciate you both coming in today. Best of luck. All games right here on HitMix 88.9 Radio. That is Marqus McGlothan, the new EIU women's basketball coach, and Marty Simmons, the EIU men's basketball coach. Rob, thanks for filling in today.
Thank
we
you.
Appreciate it, guys, and best of luck to the Panthers on both sides, and let's have a great season, and let's win the OVC and have some fun this year here on the campus of EIU.